Hello, my name is Ashank Pai, and with me I have Corey Spankowski. Today we are going to talk about Dubai and its artificial islands. Before this, we must first understand on what defines an artificial island. An artificial island, commonly known as a man-made island, is an island or a cluster of islands that has been constructed by people rather than formed by natural means. Artificial islands include floating structures in still waters, like the water villa shown here from the Netherlands, or wooden structures erected in shallow waters, like the Monsell forts that were built around the coast of Britain during World War II. However, in modern times, artificial islands have been formed by reclaiming land. Dubai has undertaken many land reclamation projects, with several artificial islands either already created, like the Palm Jumeirah you see here, or that are currently under development. One of these projects, which will be discussed here, is called The World. The World is an artificial archipelago of various small islands constructed in the shape of the world map, and it is located 4 kilometers off the coast of Dubai. Before we dive into discussing the details on how the world islands are created, Corey is going to give you a background on Dubai to understand Dubai's obsession on wanting so many large land reclamation projects.
Dubai is a country that is known for its vast quantities of oil reserves. The oil fields, which were discovered in the 1960s, injected billions of dollars into the economy for Dubai. However, experts predict that this oil boom will end by 2016. Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the appointed Crown Prince of Dubai, turned to tourism as a method of sustaining Dubai's economy. His plan was to preemptively combat the economic downturn by taking advantage of Dubai's sought-after geography: sun, sand, and sea. Dubai is slowly developing into one of the world's most exclusive holiday destinations. Elaborate shopping malls, hotels, and special resorts are being built everywhere. In 2010, Dubai received the record for the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. However, the main attraction is the newly developed reclamation project, the World Islands of Dubai. Reclamation is a technology that has been around for centuries. Essentially, it is the process of creating new land from sea or riverbeds. There are 3 main steps in the procedure. The first step is the removal or consolidation of loose material from the seabed and relocation of coral reefs. Sadly, however, coral reefs are not always relocated. In the second step, the island is created with this fill, which consists of rock, sand, and gravel. Finally, a seawall is formed around the new island in order to protect from erosion. With a very limited amount of coastline, Dubai has taken full advantage of this reclamation technology. Sand is sucked up from the bottom of the Persian Gulf through big hoses and stored in dredging ships. Then, the sand is sprayed to specific areas using GPS technology. For the world islands, numerous dredging ships were employed. 321 million cubic meters of sand and 31 million cubic meters of rock were taken from the Persian Gulf and surrounding areas and sprayed to specific locations to form the islands. This process added 144 miles of shoreline to Dubai in the form of 300 man-made islands. The outer breakwater was formed by individually placing rocks that weigh up to 6 tons. This 16.7-mile breakwater forms the outline of the planet to protect the world from erosion. For these islands, the breakwater had to be specifically designed because of a consumer constraint that the wall could not rise up out of the water and block the ocean view. The new design works in several stages to reduce the energy of the wave from 100% to 5%. As the wave hits the first slope of the step, half of its energy is taken out. The wave then travels along the horizontal part of the step, and the shallower water causes friction to reduce even more energy. As it hits the second step, the wave's force is reduced yet again. And finally, the wave is almost completely stopped as it breaks over the top of the breakwater wall. A computer program is used to guide rock placement of the breakwater wall in order to best combat erosion as well as provide the maximum amount of water flow around the islands. What sets the World Island project apart is that it is the first reclamation development to have no land link to the Dubai mainland. Everything from fuel to food and water has to be transported to these exclusive islands via boat, seaplane, or helicopter. The World Islands are considered an incredible engineering feat, not just because of the scale of the land reclamation project, but also the timeline in which the project was completed. From the initial proposal in 2003, the islands were ready for construction by 2008. The engineers of Dubai were able to bypass the billions of years it would have taken natural geological processes to form islands and create 300 pieces of new land in just over 4 years.
However, with such large reclamation projects, problems arise. Dubai has received a lot of bad publicity. Word is out that the islands are sinking. Yet, a Nakheel spokesman insists that the islands are not sinking, and has even mentioned that their study has shown that there is not any substantial erosion that requires sand nourishment. In 2008, Dubai was struck by the global economic crisis. Between 2002 and 2008, Dubai had a huge real estate boom. In 2008, property prices rose by 47% in the first 3 months alone. Then came the crisis, and the boom turned to bust. Investment into ongoing projects stopped, and more than half of the construction projects in Dubai, that was worth over $400 billion, came to a halt. This included the World Islands. However, due to the $10 billion bailout from the UAE's capital, Abu Dhabi, construction projects have been restarted, but at a much slower pace. In addition to the global economic crisis and the bad publicity, Dubai has received a lot of comments from marine environmentalists saying that these reclamation projects are impacting local marine ecology. And Nakheel has admitted to this. They admitted that they did not relocate coral reefs and that they had possibly destroyed many during their land reclamation process. However, Nakheel has worked on creating artificial reefs. Taking reference to the Jumeirah Palm Island, its artificial reefs that are shown here has benefited new fish and is even said to be blossoming. In addition, Nakheel has planned to create more artificial reefs on a larger scale to overcome the damage it has done to previously existing coral reefs. There are several benefits in building artificial islands. Firstly, land is scarce. It is definitely running out with this increased population in the world. Therefore, land reclamation projects have increased the available land to live in. In the case of Dubai, it was a way, and it is a way, to promote tourism. Dubai wanted to be known to the rest of the world, and this is how they aim to do it. With land reclamation projects, shorelines have been increased. In addition, people are more likely to build beach resorts on these islands that will provide jobs. And lastly, Just imagine owning your own island. You would have your own private beach and your own privacy. Here is one of the few developments on the world islands. It is the home to Formula One legend Michael Schumacher, who received the $7 million island as a gift from the ruler of Dubai.
In summary, the world islands display reclamation technology at a new level of magnitude and timeliness. The process of reclamation of the world islands involved three main steps. 1. The dredging of sand and rock from the bottom of the Persian Gulf onto dredging ships. 2. Spraying the sand and gravel to specific locations to build up the islands. And 3. Building a specially designed breakwater wall in order to prevent the destruction of the islands.
Even though Dubai is sought out as crazy by many people and countries throughout the world, building these large land reclamation projects has shown engineering at its finest. Many were skeptical that these projects could even be done, yet Dubai has shown that anything is possible. These artificial islands may have indeed damaged the local marine life, but the developer has surely ensured to build it back again with the use of artificial reefs. Now, whether the islands are sinking, it would always be a debate, and only time will tell.